wrestling. There's even less kiwis than there were last year. Watermelon, beefsteak, Abe Lincoln. The world's loudest helicopter.
I think the weight of the tomato snapped it.
Yeah, okay. This is, I don't know. I should probably pick that. Oh, there's one right there.
It's touching me. Ah. Nothing.
I think there's a spider on my hat. Hey, what is up? My name is Crystal. Welcome to our channel. Today is August 3rd, 2023. I'm going to harvest some things in our garden, as well as maybe do a quick little tour of how things are going, because all the tomatoes have grown. They're just not ripe yet. There are some that are ripe, just not all of them are ripe. But I wanted to show you over here by our flowers. Aren't they so pretty? These are our zinnias. They're the semi-dwarf pumila mixed color zinnia from Dollar Tree. And they're so pretty. I love Dollar Tree seeds. We'll go under the beans here on our cattle panel. We've got a pumpkin growing. And then there's these bright lights mixed colors cosmos. And so far I'm only seeing the orange yellow ones, but they're beautiful. So pretty. And the bees really like them. They're wrestling. This is our sunflower bed. I have pumpkins growing in between there and all the weeds this year. The weeds have been absolutely horrendous. Here is our new asparagus bed. And we have lots of purple potted pole beans on this cattle panel. And we're finally starting to get the regular garden beans. These are from seeds we saved in 2021. I think they were originally Blue Lake, I'm not sure, but there's been some disease in here I can see from Japanese beetles and the extreme humidity that we had for weeks. Some of the asparagus looks like it'll be ready to harvest and eat next year. This is from homegrown seeds, from pumpkin seeds that we bought from MIgardener a couple years ago called State Fair winner. And we grew a 55-pound pumpkin. And I saved the seeds, and so we have one of those growing. I start them in pots and then I transplant them on like the outer edge of the beds, and then I trail them over the sides. Jacob's cattle beans that are starting to dry. The pods are finally starting to dry. And these are dragon tongue bush beans. I'm waiting for those to dry up. We've got the blackberries and raspberries in here. These were those bare roots that I had gotten, I think last year, and put them in here, and they have completely taken over. We've got a couple blueberries that I've tried propagating some of the plants, and then these ones we dug up. Do I go in this way or go around? I think we'll go around because I'll show you the kiwi vines. And then these are our sunflowers. We've got teddy bear sunflowers in the front, sunspot sunflowers behind it, and then we've got chocolate sunflowers and mammoth sunflowers, and that really tall one, that one's a tiger's eye. I put in a whole packet and it looks like only one grew. But sunflower bed's doing good. This is not a slip and slide. This is all the landscape fabric that we have out here to control the weeds a little bit. It was so overgrown. I didn't even want to come out here. Either gonna do garden beds, possibly expand the strawberries, and definitely expand over where the blackberries are. Here is our strawberry bed. Looking interesting, just full of weeds, random tomato plants, but no strawberries. Here is our kiwi vines. I see two kiwis. I see one there. Oh, there's the other one in there. We had at least 100 in here. And for some reason, right after they bloomed, I don't know if it was lack of water or whatever, they just jumped off. I came out and there was buds all on the rocks, and I was super disappointed because there's even less kiwis than there were last year. The kiwis not growing is just super disappointing. But hopefully we can get those two to grow and I'll be able to taste them. So those are the chicken eggs that we just harvested. And then I harvested these cucumbers yesterday and some of the tomatoes yesterday. And I ended up having to go outside, so I couldn't finish. But we're gonna come back out now and harvest some things. And I'll show you what the garden is looking like. So I have 5 different varieties of cherry tomatoes. Those are Rosella, and then Sunrise Bumblebee, Honey Drop, Black Cherry, and Pink Bumblebee. I made this really interesting trellis out of bamboo stakes and inverted tomato cages. It's worked out really well so far. Here is one of our teddy bear sunflowers. I have it growing in a container here. There's 2 of them. This is our green stock, looking not great. Lemon balm, I think this is. And I've got some spoon tomatoes down here. And bushing green beans on the bottom. And then the world's longest dill plant going all the way up here. These are our San Marzano tomatoes. The carrots are sprouting in this bed. All the tomatoes. Some of the plants have just straight up died, but I'm leaving them here so that I can harvest the tomatoes off of them. This one is like one of my favorites. This is my 2nd year growing. It's called Bonnie Best, and I got them at Baker Creek. We have the Opalka tomato from MIgardener, Crimson Giant, Watermelon Beefsteak, Abe Lincoln, the world's loudest helicopter, and Upstate Oxheart. And because our polling beans weren't doing so great over there on the cattle panel, I started more in the tomato bed. Triple crop Amish paste. I harvested a tomato off of that the other day. And Dr. Weish's, I've been harvesting tomatoes off of it, but they're looking really nicely. Really nice. They turn into a beautiful yellow tomato and they're just delicious. Pink Oxheart, Purple Rain. This does better in a container. Orange Jazz, beefsteak tomatoes. Those are from seeds that I grew in 2021. They grew out of my compost. Subarctic Plenty tomatoes, same thing with this one. It just died, did not like the heat. I'm just leaving them up until I'm able to harvest all the tomatoes off of it. And in its place, I planted another Opalka tomato or 2 back there. This one is a Crimson Sprinter from MIgardener. And a Geranium Kiss from MIgardener. And we've got kale, provider bush beans in the front, and then these are a mixture of Roma tomatoes and Roma VF tomatoes. I see a pimento pepper. Yep, here's a Leja pepper. Have those growing in with the cherry tomatoes. And the cabbages in a container. The Royal Burgundy bean. These are from MIgardener. I have these in containers. I'm letting one go to seed. These are the Blue Lake Bush garden beans. What are these? Yeah, Tender Green Improved garden bean from Fairy Morse. We have a mystery cucumber growing in with our bell peppers. But we've got California Wonder. I know I'm missing a whole bunch of varieties here. There's a Purple Beauty. It doesn't look like it has any peppers on it. Canary Bell. These ones turn yellow. King of the North. I believe these turn red. Lilac Bell. In here. This has been a wonderful pepper year so far for us. And I know it's because of the crazy temperatures. We've got some poblano peppers and jalapenos, Craig's Grande jalapenos. They are the pumpkin spice jalapenos, so they turn orange. I also have in containers Tabasco, Serrano chili, and habanero. Our sweet potato bed, and we've got beets in here, it looks like. And a couple more turnips. This is a artichoke, some butternut squash, and summer squash in here. This one is a Table King bush acorn squash from MIgardener. And then we have the honey nut squash going on this side. And this one's a spaghetti squash. Mountain sweet yellow watermelon. It's like this fell.
I think the weight of the tomato snapped it.
Yeah, this, okay. Upstate Oxheart by Hudson Valley Seed Company. These are all Amish paste. They made like the best pizza sauce.
Delish.
Another subarctic plenty plant that just can't handle the heat.
I mean, it definitely popped out tomatoes then.
Yeah, it did. This is, I don't know. It's a triple crop from MIgardener, but I should probably pick that. I've got some sunflowers here on the edge of the cucumber bed. This is an Abe Lincoln tomato. Steve came out here the other night with the black light and was able to get some hornworms. Oh, there's one right there. That's so weird.
Do you want to leave it and I'll get it tonight with the thing so you can see?
Yeah.
Alright, so back in the garden. It's a little bit later. I don't know what time it is. Finding hornworms on tomato plants is a lot easier in the dark with the black light because they show up like that. See how it glows? I'll get rid of that one. It's touching me. Nothing. See if I can find some other ones. I just did this last night. Just missed it.
We have the green 18 cucumbers. I harvested some of these yesterday. Looks like there's a homemade pickles cucumber in there. The New York 264 slicing cucumber has not really been doing so hot this year for me, but the plant looks healthy. Boston pickling, Chicago pickling, silver slicer. Talked about the big cucumber yesterday.
The three of them?
Yeah. These are the Marketmore cucumbers from Dollar Tree. And I'm so impressed with these. They're doing really well. I'm getting tons of cucumbers off of them. I have 3 vines growing together. Oh, wow. Wow. Didn't even see that one there. Green 18 F1 cucumbers from Mowing Organic Seeds. I think it's a homemade pickles cucumber by Hudson Valley Seed Company. They all look slightly different from one another. There's more pickling cucumbers, but they're not quite ready yet, so I'm just gonna leave them. And then we have several that were kind of weird looking, and I kept them on the vine. And then there's another one back here. I believe that's the Chicago pickling cucumber, and it is the size of a small watermelon. I'm just gonna leave that in there and maybe get some seeds from it. Hopefully cantaloupe growing. And we have delicata squash, a Waltham butternut squash. And we have so many cucamelons. Summer squash and zucchini for some reason this year just didn't like the humidity or where I put them in the garden because they're all pretty much gone. I've transplanted some other ones to see if we can get more. I have more over in a container. This one I was able to save. This plant looked the worst out of them all, and I buried the root, guided it this way, and it's doing better than all the other ones. So hopefully we'll still get some more summer squash from it. More containers. Here are our Virginia peanuts. Very excited about. And the Purple Rain tomato from Baker Creek. Like I said, it's doing really well in the container. These are Mountain Princess tomatoes from Mowing. Decided to put peas in here to add some nitrogen back into the soil. Maybe get a late season, maybe fall harvest of peas. So I've got Sugar Snap peas from Dollar Tree, the Green Beauty peas from Baker Creek, and some Little Marvel peas also from Dollar Tree in here. We'll see how those do. And then I also got some Bush Blue Lake beans on the outside. This had my green machine zucchini, but it just straight up died. So I transplanted a Mountain Princess tomato from Mowing in there. Here are the Provider garden beans from Berkeley that I started in this container. They sprouted really quickly, and I think slugs had gotten to some of them, but they're making a comeback. I've got some Baby Bear pumpkins. This one is a Jack B. Little squash, marigold. More pumpkins over here. I had some extra Boston pickling cucumbers, so I threw those in this bed. These are Baby Boo pumpkins. I think they're tiny little white pumpkins. That is my one and only parsnip that's growing. I don't know when I'm supposed to harvest it. I've never grown them before. I've never had any success. This is the furthest I've gotten. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of the things, and I'll show you what I get after. So this is a combination between what I harvested yesterday and today. We've got a whole bunch of purple potted pole beans and the cherry tomatoes that we talked about, and the sub-Arctic tomatoes, some chicken eggs, blueberries. I have a whole bunch of them in my refrigerator that I've been adding to. I can't believe how many blueberries we've gotten this year. Those three are the Mountain Princess tomatoes from Mowing, and this is a homemade pickles cucumber from Hudson Valley Seed Company. And we have some green 18 cucumbers, and that might also be one of these. It's kind of got the speckling on it. That also might be a homemade pickles cucumber. I can't remember. And then we have the Marketmore cucumbers underneath from Dollar Tree. I have a lilac bell pepper, and then a bunch of garden beans from the bushing plants and the ones climbing over the cattle panel. It's a pretty good day in the garden. It's nice out, and we got some things done. I think there's a spider on my hat. It's probably from me like climbing between plants to try and get garden beans. So gross. Anyway, not a fan of spiders, although they do eat some of the pests in the garden. I think that'll do it for today. I'm really happy with what I was able to harvest, and I've got a lot of pickles to can up. We're slowly starting to get tomatoes and lots of berries that are frozen that I would like to make jams and things with, so I've really got to get going on that. But I think that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye!